Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group at 11 o'clock. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News, and we are a group of vendors in the industry who are here to help each other grow our businesses. And if you are a restaurant owner, manager, or chef, and you're dealing with a problem or a concern that you need help with, we're here to help. We've got hundreds of years of experience amongst all of us. So give us a call at 561 620 8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and take a look at our YouTube channel. We've got over 450 videos, and you can access that through our website, again, which is trnusa.com. Okay, I want to welcome Mina Shah.
Thank you.
Why don't you just give us a quick who you are, what you do, where you're located, and how we can reach you.
Okay, awesome.
He's auditing the meeting today.
And what?
You're auditing the meeting.
I'm auditing the meeting today. I'm delighted to be here. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mina Shah. I was actually referred by Azalia. Azalia has been a longtime client for the last, 8 years, Azalia, right? And she's practically like family. I say client, but she really feels like family. Over the last 11 years, I've had an organization teaching confidence, communication skills, and how to negotiate for yourself. I was motivated by creating that because I came from poverty and nothing. And when I got to a place that I was proud of, I realized that so many of the things that I had been taught were really useless at the time. And I wanted to give people, and especially women, practical tools to use to be able to move their life forward. Practically speaking, I have done over 6,000 sales calls. I've been over 300 networking events. When I left my last company before starting my own organization, I had a 75% closing ratio. So it's something that I'm really passionate about because it really changed my life, being able to communicate and negotiate. I am currently in Ashland, Oregon. I came out a year ago to visit a dear friend who lives on a farm for a month, and it's been a year and I have not left. So I'm really enjoying both doing business and enjoying the country right now at this point in my life. And I'm just here to, Azalia has spoken really highly of Howard and the group, and I'm just here to check out the meeting and be here with you all. So thank you for having me.
Thank
I've
you.
heard lovely things about Ashland, Oregon, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it is. It is all true. It's literally, it feels like it's out of a fairy tale. It's really sweet.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Terry.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
And Azalea, happy to have you for sure. You're an amazing person. Thank you.
I'm in awe of her networking ability.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
she
All
is.
right. I also want to welcome Rick Israel today, who's going to be our speaker. And your partner's name is
Randy Bennett
Randy. Welcome
and,
aboard.
and Harley.
Oh, Harley.
Nice.
Randy Bennett and I are partners here. We're based in Huntsville, Alabama. Our primary industry is insurance. We do everything but property and casualty. And today I brought to mention to Howard last week that the month of May is Disability Insurance Awareness Month. And we've got a small slide presentation that we wanted to present to the group because we know we've got some business owners here who may benefit from this or know somebody who may benefit from these type of policies. I want to let you know this is pretty much educational. We're here if you need any assistance. But Randy is the more experienced one in it. I'm the speaker. He's the one that chimes in. So any questions that you may have outside of what the knowledge I have, Randy will be more than happy to answer. Randy does have a hard break at 10:45 Central Time, 11:45 your time, because they have a large enrollment later on today, and they've got to finalize it. But Randy has offered to sit in on this one with that knowledge. So Howard, whenever you're ready, just let me know and we'll go from there.
Or just before you start, you go ahead. I'll bring this up after you finish. Go ahead. Take the floor, Rick.
Okay, let me share my screen, folks, in just a minute. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Now we can.
Excellent. Okay, good. Okay, well,
The
once
only
again,
thing, really quick, the only thing is, if you go up on the top left and click on from beginning, you'll actually see it take over the full screen. PowerPoint.
yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
aware. Brilliant computers. I love her. They're good people. Okay, so once again, Randy and I, hold on, I'm hitting from beginning, but it doesn't want to start. That's not good. Slideshow from beginning. It worked at the last one.
Yeah.
Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to stop share for a second. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, PowerPoint's been weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It worked on the last meeting. Let me just X out of PowerPoint altogether.
Hey, Rick.
Yes,
If that
sir.
doesn't work, in the lower right-hand corner, there's a presentation button. And as
Okay.
long as you're not using two screens, it'll work just fine.
Okay, thank you for the info there.
No problem.
Okay, so let me try and share again. Share screen, share. Okay,
Perfect.
excellent. Okay, let's slideshow. And there we go. Hey,
Ta-da!
excellent. Okay, so once again, Randy and I are insurance consultants. A lot of people think of insurance as just salespeople. I mean, obviously, we do have a living and selling a product, and insurance is an intangible product. It's something you can't see, feel, hear, touch, or taste. But what you also have to understand is insurance is important when it comes to a business owner. Now, Randy and I also do what we call voluntary group benefits, which means we go into businesses between 50 to 100 usually. Sometimes we have more than that, but we target the 50 to 100 group range, a little bit easier to maintain. But one of the things that we always offer is long-term disability and short-term disability. Short-term disability goes 8 days and then kicks into high gear. That usually runs about six weeks.
No, let's go back.
Go back.
Yeah, on the short-term disability, an employer can make a choice to have it start on the 8th day of an accident or sickness up to 14 days. So depends on the industry that we approach, whether we'll encourage one way or the other. And then it'll go for, if you have a 2-week waiting period, it'll go for 11 weeks. If it's only 1 week, it'll pay out for 12 weeks. Also includes things like maternity, which is generally a big draw for young women.
After the short-term disability, then it goes into long-term disability if it's chosen. And long-term disability can last as long as until you get to Medicare age. So there you go at that point. A lot of business owners, though, don't realize that the cost to run a business can be very, very expensive. And then there's some costs behind it that a lot of individuals don't realize that if they get disabled or get hurt, how are they going to run the business? So what we wanted to bring today is what you need to look at and what's the importance of having a individual disability insurance So this is not necessarily just targeted towards business owners. This is an individual disability insurance. So look at it as the whole picture. So what exactly is individual disability insurance? It's insurance that replaces a portion of your income if you're unable to work due to illness or injury. It's also designed to protect your most precious thing, which is your personal finances when you can't earn a paycheck. It's mainly critical for a self-employed individual or business owners with no employee coverage. Now, an employer can get short-term and long-term disability through their group benefits. The question is it enough? Okay, usually if you think about it, most business owners are going to have a higher salary than your employees, which then tends to be you're probably going to have a little bit nicer car, maybe have a nicer home. But then you also have to think about your overhead, the actual business itself. How is the business going to continue to operate upon your disability? So that's what we're going to cover today. Okay, so what matters most for restaurant hospitality owners? These industries involve physical labor and long hours. Okay, if anybody's a business owner here, they know that long hours. Randy and I, during annual enrollment, we burned a midnight oil. Okay, it can be high stress. If there's changes within in your industry that you have to overcome, it can be high stress, which then can increase the risk of health issues, high blood pressure. You know, you start eating horribly, high cholesterol. Many owners are also the vital to daily operations, and absence can severely impact the business. How many of your employees have ever showed up and you've ran late? Okay, hopefully it's never happened before, but it can happen. Okay. So there's a thing called a business overhead expense rider. This helps cover the fixed operating expenses of your business if you become disabled and can't work. What are fixed operating expenses? Got to pay the rent of the mortgage. Okay. Got to keep the lights on, the water running, got to keep the internet going, got to keep the phone going. You got to pay your people. Okay. You know, if people don't get paid, people don't show up. Office supplies, printer paper, toner, ink, pens, anything that you need for office supplies. How about your business insurance premiums? Okay, like your property insurance, your renter's insurance. And what about if you don't actually own the building, but you lease the product that you're using? Those have to be paid for as well, because you don't want to default on any kind of lease that you have. And maintenance, okay? If you have a company that comes in a large building and cleans your office, they need to be paid. So these are your definite fixed expenses, okay? So what are some of the unique industry risks? If you work in the restaurant or hospitality industry, you have a higher chance of slips, burns, or overexertion. If your business is outside and you're in South Florida, we know it's not cool in the summertime. Okay, if we're a pool maintenance company and it's been active out there, you could easily slip. Okay, if you work as a maintenance worker fixing somebody's equipment, if it's not turned off in time, you have a risk of getting burned. What about illness from long hours and exposure to public environments, chemicals, you know, industry type material? Financial exposure is also a risk if the owner is unable to oversee or manage your operations. Once again, myself and Randy, we are hands-on. Okay, you know, in our industry, we need to be hands-on. We can't just leave it to anybody. So if we can't manage the operation, how are we going to pay our bills? Okay, we got a mortgage on the building, we got cars, we have to pay those things. So let's look at a real world example. Let's say a restaurant owner suffers a back injury and is out for 4 months. So that's 12 weeks, no, that's 16 weeks, okay? Their individual policy covers $5,000 a month to support personal income. Now you have what they call an elimination period or a waiting period, which can be typically 30 to 90 days. But once again, that can be determined when you actually get the policy written. Then that's when the rider begins reimbursing you monthly up to a certain maximum. But let's go back to that $5,000 a month to support. I don't want to get too much into numbers, but if you have $100,000 to $150,000 salary, and you only get 60% of your pay on your disability at work, is $5,000 a month for the next 12 months going to be able to pay your bills. So an individual disability policy can be added to that to increase your income coming in. So these are the features that you need to look for when you're getting ready to look at a policy. Own occupation coverage definition. Is it guaranteed renewable and non-cancelable terms? Okay, can I renew it? What's the length of time do you want to get paid? How long do you want your elimination or your waiting period to last? What do you want your benefit amount to cover? 60%, 70% per disability income? What about the cost of living adjustment? Okay, if you look at the cost of living here in Alabama, and you look at the cost of living in anywhere in Florida, you know there's a huge difference. So you're probably going to need more income to cover your living expenses. And let's think about what's the word I'm looking for? Inflation continues. We have to look at future increased option to raise coverage as your income grows. Nobody goes into business to lose money. People go into business to make money. So as your income grows, you have to make sure that your income, your disability amount is going to match your income growth. So what's the cost of the policy? We get this all the time. The premiums are typically going to range from 1% to 3% of your annual income. Okay. Factors that will affect the cost: age and health. Okay. Somebody who has what we call the trifecta, high blood pressure, diabetes, and anything else can affect your ability to get it. So there is underwriting when it comes to these type of policies. What's your occupation? If you're in the restaurant and hospitality industry, you are at higher risk. The coverage amount and duration can also affect the cost. And of course, your riders, your cost of living adjustment, your BOE, okay? And of course, your elimination and waiting period can also play a role in the cost. Earlier in my last meeting, I was asked, what's the cutoff age? Well, you could look at disability insurance as a 2-year, 5-year, or 65. So, which is including Social Security retirement. Okay. So if you are 63, it would make sense to then get a disability policy that's only going to last 2 years. If you're a young new business owner, well, then it can last longer. Okay. So what are the consequences if you don't have a policy? If you risk lost income, then you have no money coming in to cover your personal expenses. So we've been talking about our business expenses, but we do have a life outside of work. We have our own mortgage. We have to keep the power on in our house, the water running in our house. So think of it as running 2 households, a business and a house. How about business disruption? If the restaurant or hotel may close or lose staff customers because you can't afford to run the business. Now I've got increased debt. I may have to start living on my credit cards, loans, or savings. The way the credit card interest rate is right now, it's not worth it, is it? Now I'm going to have to be forced to sell off my assets to survive. So now everything in my restaurant's starting to disappear now. I can't run the business. Delayed recovery could cause even more financial stress, which can then even worsen your health and slow down the healing. And finally, if we have no income, it can create a major family disruption strain. Dependents, your spouse, your children may suffer from financial loss stability. Sorry, son, I can't send you to UM. I got to send you to a different college because I can't afford it. Okay, so those where it starts to struggle. So we need to look at what's our action plan? Okay, what would you think you would need to do? So you need to begin to evaluate your business risk and your income needs. How much do I need at this point in my life and going forward to cover those losses if they happen? The best thing to do is don't try and figure it out yourself. Consult a licensed insurance advisor. We are trained to do these things. And don't think that you can come in to an insurance agent's office and sign the dotted line and have a policy. It's not like getting a car insurance or homeowner's insurance. It's a long process. So you need to talk to an advisor. You also need to make sure that you choose a policy tailored to your specific business and health risks. Somebody who owns a computer repair shop that's got 15 employees is going to need a different policy than somebody who runs a restaurant or a hotel. So protect your livelihood with the right insurance, take action, contact us if we can be of any help, and I appreciate y'all's attention.
Anybody have any questions for Rick and Randy?
Hey, Rick, this is Dyson. I wonder if you could just give us an idea of what does a typical policy look like? What might be the monthly cost for it? And what does it, I mean, you went through like a litany of different things that it supports somebody with. What's a basic package look like?
Well, there's really not going to be a basic package because your age bracket's going to have a big part to play in
Sure.
your income. So if you've got I'm currently working with a restaurateur now that has 3 restaurants, and but he can't even offer group insurance because of the turnover and the participation rate.
Sure.
So he's insuring all of it. He's not insuring a delta between the group insurance and what he needs. He's having to do the whole amount. It's unfortunate though, he's had a couple cancers, and of course, if he could get it, and it's chances in his circumstances he couldn't, but if you have health challenges, that can take an average rate for a guy that maybe 45 years old with little to no health circumstances, and another guy the same age, but he has, like Rick said, he has cholesterol and cardiac issues. That's going to push that number up. It wouldn't be a standard rate. It would be an increased rate to insure him. So it's not really something that we can run at unless we have some variables like, what's your income, what's your age, what's your health. And
Gotcha. Okay.
each one of those, with those 3 pieces, we can generally get a number back. And we don't just look at one carrier. We're agnostic to the insurance company as long as they have the ratings to take care of it long term. The big part that I could probably swing if I was out 90 or even 6 months. I could, handle it. But what if I'm out 8 or 10 years or until my age 65? That's why the individual, for particularly restaurateurs, they need to have an individual disability because their staff won't participate in a short-term disability or long-term disability. It's unusual if it does.
Okay.
I think somebody.
Jose has a question.
Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. How are you? This is Jose Molina with Direct Processing Network. I have 2 questions. Number 1, I wanted to ask you, is there a cap in the amount of income that you can protect? And then number 2, does these protect 100% of your income, or is it a percentage of it?
No, you're gonna generally do anywhere from 60 to maybe 70%, depending on the industry. But there's always a difference between what your net income is, generally about 17% difference than what you would do if you're making it. It's the carrot that takes you back to work. You know, if I get healthy again and return to work, I'll make more money. Otherwise, a person, if they could get 100%, they'd have no incentive to go, to return.
And what we mentioned earlier is, if you have an individual that owns a business and he's got a salary of $100,000, if you take 100,000, 60%, that's $60,000. Now divide that by 12. So if you have a salary of $100,000, will $5,000 a month be able to suffice your bills? 60%, yeah.
But if the same guy, successful restaurant guys that we have around here, they're making 250 or greater. And even if they had the opportunity to have a group plan, most group plans have a $5,000 or $6,000 max. Occasionally you see 10, but so if most of his folks are making much less than he is, he needs to make up a delta between what the group insurance does and what he needs to be able to run his world.
Got it. Thank you so much. So pretty much it makes sure that you don't just go down to zero, because now you have a coverage of 60% or maybe more.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, well, I'm from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I used to live and work in Huntsville.
It's so nice to have another Alabamian.
Yeah, my fellow Alabamian. Yeah, roll tide though.
Hey, roll tide.
There we go. Well, I still got friends that own restaurants in Florence, so I'll bring that up to them and see if they have any coverage or anything like that. One is a group of 3 guys that own 4 restaurants. The first ones that come to mind. The Pie Factory and On the Rocks in Florence. Florence, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Yeah, it's a good friends of mine. So I'll bring it up to them.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're only about, from where we're at, we're probably about an hour and a half from Florence.
Yeah, I'll be up there in a couple of weeks, actually, flying to Huntsville and drive up to Muscle Shoals.
Yeah, you can actually fly into Muscle Shoals now if you want to pay the extra pricing.
Yeah, well, Breeze has direct flights from Tampa to Huntsville. It's for a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, can't beat it. Can't beat it at all. Oh, Huntsville's booming though. It's growing. It is growing big time.
It's incredible. It's everywhere. Every time we turn around, well, on our street where our office is at, they built in the last 4 years probably about 3 or 4 apartment complexes, and right behind our office, they just tore down a whole bunch of trees, and the rumor is apartments, but we believe it's going to be the National Armory is going to be building a big location right behind us, and we're okay with that because more apartments are we're inundated. I think.
But
Terry Ark's got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, it's not a question. It's just really a comment. My family works with Rick, so I can confirm that he's very detail oriented. He does not. There's no standard policy. He goes into specifics, and he has answered every single question, every single time, every single phone call. So I would definitely highly recommend him.
Yes, same for us.
Thank you.
All right. I want to thank you, Rick and Randy, for coming today. We appreciate it. That's great information. I'm sure you'll stick around if anybody's got questions after the meeting.
I can stick around. Randy's got a cut. He's got an hour. He's got about an hour drive to where they're going. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate it.
All right. Let's get into our intros, and I want to start with Azalea. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing Nina.
And what side did you cover,
My pleasure.
You hear me?
Yes.
For the family.
Come outside. Sorry, it's really loud in there. So my name is Asalia. I am a business broker and commercial realtor in South Florida. I work in Miami-Dade, Broward. We specialize in restaurants. So I just checked the list and we have about 40 restaurants that we're selling. I told my brother to come outside. He's never with me, but he's here and I wanted to introduce you guys. I work with him. And there's several ways that we can help your client. The first would be if they have a restaurant that they're operating and they want to leave, and they just want to sell the assets. Look.
Hi guys. Finally made it. She's back into one.
So thanks, Tony. I
Yeah,
just wanted you to be here. So if they have a restaurant that's open and operating and they just want to sell, I'm telling them how we can help their clients. So if you have an open and operating restaurant and you just want to sell the assets, so permits, licenses, furniture, fixtures, equipment, and the rights to the space, we can do that. If they have a business with numbers and clients and the name and the
based off the
recipes,
EBITDA and the multiple, whatever their numbers are.
we can sell it based on whatever the business is making. And then on the
etc.
And then on the commercial side, if they have open locations already and they're just looking for something that has some kind of infrastructure, a grease trap, maybe a hood, a second generation space, we can also help them find that.
We look into the licensing and permitting, especially in South Florida. It's very hard to know what's going on and just make sure what is it that they're actually getting into prior to getting into it. We have a whole like permitting and licensing division that we refer to in our company, so that helps people not to buy something and then get stuck and not be able to open 6. We just had a horror story of someone that wants to sell of a kosher market and they didn't even have license and permits or certificate of use. So now we're trying to help them out prior to even listing it. It's just people they don't know any better. A lot of real estate agents, it's not their job to know any better. So they just put people in these predicaments and they just don't know. So if you have people like us that specialize in what we do, restaurants and all these other businesses, we know what to look out for, you know, because it's happened to us or it's happened to someone in the industry that we know, and we try to cross our T's and dot our I's, whatever they say.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's how we bring value to you guys.
Welcome, Azalea. Again, thank you. Want to tell us?
Yeah, of course. We're even helping if you guys. Yeah, the economies are going a little bit, you know, rocky road, and everyone's hurting in all business industries and standards. And believe it or not, and I don't know how much Asalia, you can help people get financing to acquire businesses, but sometimes, believe it or not, money's not, selling is not really the ultimate goal for them. Sometimes they just need to get past a bridge or a little hump, and we can help people if they're getting evicted, or let's say they need to build a grease trap or something. We're actually helping people get capital. People with bad credit, as long as they have these income coming in. Yeah, people that do that. Yeah. And I have also friends of mine that not necessarily, they're not institutional people. So if you guys have people that maybe doesn't qualify for one of your programs, they have other programs too. And I'm just trying to think outside the box to generally help these people, you know?
All right,
so we can better that rate, that 80% will make it past tier 1. Yeah.
Oh, just we want to give people options because not everything fits everyone, you know. And in the restaurant industry, it's not, you know. I don't want to say it's not the cleanest kinds of businesses, but it's not a doctor. It's not a, you know, the people I like. No, we like restaurants too. We're actually here at a restaurant visiting a good friend of ours here in Miami Beach. I don't know where you guys are at, but
all over.
Yeah, all over. Wow, interesting.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Whenever you guys come.
Bye, Azalea.
Let's go with Nancy. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. So I put my info in the chat. As a lot of you know, I sell a automated burger grill that takes the patties off of the grill when they're done and cooks 200 patties an hour. And also it's self-scraping. So it does all the scraping of the grease that the grill cooks never really want to do. So it cuts down on labor intensity for the staff for burger restaurants and QSRs. And it's we already are launched in Korea in about 25 locations, including the international airport in Seoul. And my phone number is 917-701-3104. My email is nancy@ani.ai, but you should definitely check the chat for how to spell that because it's not always intuitive. I also put my LinkedIn link on there so that you guys could connect with me. I've had a lot of great conversations with other salespeople about, comparing notes on how we get leads, and it's been really, really useful. And I'm happy to do that for the return the favor if I can help anyone in that regard. And I'm based in New York City.
All right,
So
thank you.
anyone that's around here that wants to come for a burger and a demo, I can definitely accommodate.
Can I ask a question, Nancy?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, Fred.
With the setup, how many employees does it usually take to run? Is the setup where it's completely automated, or we're just automating the kitchen portion and you still need the front of house and management staff along with it? Do you know generally how much staff it takes to run this? Because I'm curious from the standpoint of, we work with a lot of hotels that are always changing their restaurant concepts, and obviously with the way that things are going with resources, they're always looking to optimize wherever possible. And I'm curious as to to pique their curiosity or interest, what they would generally be looking at for something like this.
Yeah, great question. So and a multi-tiered question. So let me say that we're definitely talking to a lot of hotel chains because hotel bars are really ideal for it. So no, it's not like 100% automated. It's definitely only for back of house right now, but you could have a kiosk for front of house. But if you have a hotel bar, then you could have a bartender that's not trained as a grill cook, that all they have to do is like go in and like press the button to get the patties going, and then they can go back to being at the bar and all the hospitality front of the house thing that they do, and they don't need to be like slaving over the grill or knowing when it's ready or all the things that grill cooks usually have to do. So and the industry is moving towards full automation, and we will get there probably before the market does. But right now, it's not very widely accepted to have something completely automated because the chefs still want to, program in their recipes and be involved. But what happens is depending how busy it is, you only might need one person to run the whole station. So in the Seoul airport, for example, they're open 24 hours and they only need one person per shift. So they can be doing the fries while the burgers are cooking, and they can take orders, or a kiosk can take orders, and it needs very nominal amount of labor. So you can run an operation on a very slim staff, and the training and the turnover that happens sometimes in those kinds of situations are easy to deal with because it's such an easy machine to operate.
Okay, I'll follow up with you directly then.
Great, thanks. Okay.
Okay, we'll move on because we're running short on time. We've got a lot of people to talk to. So Steve Geller, good morning.
Good morning. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I'm in the commercial finance business, principally equipment financing. I've been doing it for many years, and I can place transactions, all credit types, all dollar amounts, $5,000, $2 million, app only, full financial packages, and competitive rates. I work nationwide and Canada, and been doing it a long time. Again, all credit criteria, startups, long time in business. My phone number is 845-362-6106.
Okay, thank you. Terry Ark, good morning.
Good morning. I am Terry. I am the owner of Creative Business Impressions. I have been providing promotional products for the last 22 years. So I provide everything that you can possibly think of that you want to put your company logo on. Right now, there's a sale on some umbrellas from one of my vendors. If you buy 5 umbrellas, you get 1 free. These are the patio umbrellas or the sling chairs if someone wants to do some outside events, things like that. So right now, tariffs are affecting the industry. However, I've got a lot of vendors that are telling me that they still have stock. So it's a good time to buy it before all of the tariffs kick in. And my phone number is 561-308-1393.
Thank you. Steve O, good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Doing well.
Steve Oliver with Broward Nelson Fountain Services. We do soda syrups, CO2 for soda and beer, as well as water machines for restaurants, bars, breweries, and even swimming pools. Family owned and operated business for 60 plus years now in South Florida, expanded to the entire state now. So any help restaurants may need. It's usually not something most restaurants speak about until they have a problem with it. So if somebody ever does have a problem, please send them my way and I'll see what I can do to help them out. Phone number is 407-697-1048.
Thank you. Welcome back. Dyson, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name's Dyson with the Birthday Club. And the Birthday Club supports and helps restaurants put butts in their seats. A lot of restaurant owners don't think about the power of birthdays. It's the #1 celebration at a restaurant, bar none, even holidays. So what we do is we have a massive database, 17 million consumers in Florida, 190 million in the United States in our database. And initially what we do is we put together a gift, send it to the patrons about to celebrate within 5 miles or more of the restaurant, and pack the house with celebrations. Nancy, I was thinking about you last night on Shark Tank, RoboBurger. It was a interesting concept. It's a fully automated burger machine. It was fantastic. Anyway, we do a perfect referral for us, real simply, is any restaurant with 20 tables or more. And of course, that's looking to grow their business exponentially. We pack the house with birthdays. You can contact us at 352-565-4307 or just go to jointhebirthdayclub.com.
Okay, thank you. Linda, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Linda Bloom. I'm the Director of Sales at Stand Shoes. We manufacture shoes that help people that stand for a living. Some exciting updates. I know I usually share this stuff with you guys, but we got 4 of the Premier League soccer teams this past week, which is pretty cool. So Chelsea and Manchester United and Fulham and Nottingham all placed orders for their teams. So that's pretty exciting. So in addition to the NFL, NBA, etc. So we're definitely getting momentum on the sports side. For the restaurant side, the American Culinary Federation president, Rainey Marquis, he is a big fan of our shoes and he's helping us get in with the rest of the chefs across the country. He was just re-elected as ACF president, so we're very excited. So lots going on in my world, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And for those moms out there, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks. Linda at standshoes.com, and my phone number is 720-939-9525. I'll drop that in the chat. If anybody needs or wants a pair of shoes to try, please let me know, even if you're not in the restaurant world. Even if you're just a weekend warrior or an athlete going to the gym and stuff, you might want to try a pair of our AGs, our anti-grav shoes that are really a big hit. So anybody needs a pair or wants a pair, please let me know. I'll send you guys a sample.
Thank you. Let's go to your associate in Terry Lena.
Good morning, everyone. I can attest to the stand shoes. I wear them at all my trade shows, and all you guys know, standing on your feet at these trade shows, really do a number on your feet. So take Linda up, try a pair. They're definitely worth it. Terry Lino, Workwear Outfitters. We manufacture innovative workwear apparel under Red Cap and Dickies brands. We will be exhibiting at the National Restaurant Show in 2 weeks. Our booth number is 7279. So if anyone's going, please stop by to see us. You can reach me at 317-385-2539. Thank you.
Thank you. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning. I was just peeking at this standshoes.com website. I was like, I need to just go take a look. Mark and I are Brilliant Computers. Mark has been running the company and providing IT support and technical support for over 35 plus years-ish in the South Florida area. We're able to service people all over the world now using remote support technology, remote support technology. We do all things IT, business email management and support, migrations, security, hardware and software replacement and support. Really anything you could think of. Visit our website by going to brilliantcomputers.com, or you can email us and open up a ticket by emailing support@brilliantcomputers.com.
Thank you. Fred, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Fred Bean, founder and CEO of Hotelport here. For restaurants, we provide something that we call, well, I guess we have a couple of things. We provide content verification services where we help restaurants proactively audit and facilitate updates of their content across third-party channels to keep the information accurate and up to date. And we've also recently launched our Reputation AI for guest engagement. So we help restaurants respond to reviews utilizing artificial intelligence, where we draft the responses automatically. They have 48 hours to go in and review the responses if they want to and make adjustments if they need to, and then they can publish them. However, we have many that are just auto-publishing the reviews, which I think is great. That means that the AI is working, and we're continuing to work to evolve some additional AI services for restaurants so that they can answer the phones, because especially in hotels, we have a lot of the restaurants that are not answering the phones at all, and they're missing out on potential reservations and information. I can be reached at 305-523-9434 or fred.bean@hotelport.com. Happy to connect on LinkedIn as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the Bunn Company. We manufacture the bun tying machines. We secure bundles for food delivery. We've got a secured knot that cannot be duplicated by hand, so your delivery foods can be secured from the drivers eating it. Something else that I'm kind of learning a little bit with the plastic and single use, there's actually some ideas out there that they want to impose a tax on all single-use plastic in the country. Europe is doing it now. It's about $200 and some per ton. In the U.S., they're looking at 10 cents to increasing by 20 cents a pound. So it's only going to get worse. A lot of countries are trying to get rid of all the plastic, single-use bags, all that. We're here to help you cut the costs. We are American made, so we don't have any tariff issues with our products because it's all made here in the U.S. Give us a shout, 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. My email is info@buntyco.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Howard. So I'm Mike Newkirk with Brisk Coffee Roasters, located here in Tampa, more specifically Ybor City. We supply all your coffee needs to the restaurant industry, even cafes as well. Everything from espresso to drip coffee to even cold brew. And we also do tea. We supply equipment in most instances and also do service on the equipment as well. We can ship all over to any state in the country via FedEx or UPSs. So you can reach out to me at 256-710-8975 or my email mnewkirk@briskcoffee.com.
Great, thank you. Jose, good morning again.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Jose Molina. I'm the CEO and founder of Direct Processing Network. What we do, we specialize in point of sale merchant services for restaurants. We're based out of Miami, but we ship to all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and Canada. This month, I'm looking for introductions to restaurant groups as well as hotel groups that sometimes they're expanding so fast that they don't have time to do the menus, worry about the machines and stuff like that. I'm sorry, you caught me at the gym. If you hear me a little out of breath. You can reach me at directprocessingnetwork.com. My office number is 855-955-6111. My direct phone line is 305-834-5172. And my email is letter J like Jose, Molina at directprocessingnetwork.com. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And Jeff, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. My name's Jeff. I'm with Plastridge Insurance. We're a 106-year-old privately held insurance agency based out of Delray Beach, Florida. We specialize in insuring restaurants, so property and casualty. We work with over 500 restaurants nationwide, mostly in South Florida. And I just wanted to thank Rick for the class today and also just highlight, you know, he mentioned how important it was to have an agent go through the different types of coverages with you to make sure that, you know, you're getting everything you needed for your business, because it's, you know, everyone's different and everyone has different needs. So I appreciated that note. And if you guys need to get a hold of me, you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 310-625-3390, or shoot me an email, jwells@plastridge.com.
Great, thank you. TRN Terry.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers and grandmothers and great-grand, whatever you are. It's a wonderful day for sure. First thing I want to say is Steve's company, Broward Nelson, is a featured company this month, so please read our May issue. That's online. Take a look at that. It gives you the history of the company. Very interesting, phenomenal company. And what I do are restaurant lead reports. That is my specialty, and my group and my crew. We gather information all month long. We put it in an Excel spreadsheet and we get it out to you by the 9th. We cover the entire state of Florida. Okay, the entire state. So, and we try and group these cities together. There's somewhere between 60 and 88 or 90 leads every month, brand new. And these are not counting the ones that have just opened that are above that red line. So when you get these reports, it is a massive, you can take columns out you don't want, you can go to cities that you want, we have the owners' names, we have the email addresses, we have the phone numbers, we have where it's going to be, what process stage is it going through right now, and a ton of information in the middle about that particular place, restaurants, bars, nightclubs. Oh my goodness, there's so many things coming in. Yes, there's a lot of things on the market, Azalea, but as she can contest to, there's a lot of things coming in right behind it. And many times it is the same sort because they can use the same equipment. Anybody wants a sample, email me, terri@trnusa.com. Have a fabulous weekend.
Okay, just want to double back to Mina. Is there anything you want to add or change now that you've seen what we do?
Oh, I just want to say thank you very much for having me. I'm delighted to be here. There's nothing that I necessarily want to add or change. Well, I could add that, I shared that I teach women, I teach confidence, communication skills, and how to negotiate. I have a women's program with that I do this in, and I'll I'll be sharing more about that next time I come to the meeting. I really don't have anything else to share right now. Just happy to be here and really delighted to see the support between everybody. It's really lovely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. You're welcome. I didn't miss anybody, did I? No? Okay. Well, happy Mother's Day for those who you are. And the question I wanted to ask you before was not next week, but the week after is the Memorial Day weekend. Do you want to have a meeting on that Friday or not? So on the show of hands, if you want to have a meeting, raise your hand.
I will be out of town anyways on vacation, so it's a no for me.
Come on, Michael.
I know. My daughter graduates, and it's her birthday and mine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, by the way,
I'll turn the meeting on.
Happy birthday.
You want to be there, fine. If not, it'll be a non-official meeting on the Memorial Day weekend. All right? So have a great weekend. See you next week. And let the sauce be with you.